What's up, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com, and welcome to the Treetop News for the Monday of August the 1st. We started a new month already. Can you believe it? Well, we're going to have a good show for you today. I want to thank you all. Those of you who are watching on a Monday, I want to thank you for stopping by my live stream yesterday. Remember, I live stream every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Okay, remember 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. And you guys who showed up yesterday, we had a really good time. So, and as always, I'm gonna have a good time with you guys to do here on my pre-recorded video. So without further ado, let's start off the Treetop News with international news. Enjoy. Now, as many of you all know, I have very little sympathy for Canadians, and I have very little sympathy for what's going on in Canada, because they allowed their government to become tyrannical on steroids. And just like Australia, they have allowed their government to disarm them. And I'm going to show you something that we should learn here in America. And I'm so glad we do have a constitution, and I'm so glad we do have a right-leaning Supreme Court justice that will make sure that our First and Second Amendment, well, maybe not the First Amendment, because I mean, the social medias are still violating that, but to protect our Second Amendment rights. So I'm going to show you something that's just crazy here in reference to what's going on in Canada. In Ottawa, they want to buy the Ottawa government wants to buy the Canadians' rifles, particularly their AR-15s, for $1,337. And they have a different price for different types of firearms. Let me go ahead and read this briefly so you can get an understanding. The federal government is proposing $1,337 in compensation for turning in an AR-15 rifle under a mandatory buyback program. Mandatory. Did you hear that part? Mandatory. This isn't voluntary. Mandatory. Public Safety Canada has released a price list detailing how much money owners of banned firearms can expect to get under the program. At the highest end of the scale, forfeiting a Swiss Arm SG 550 could net an owner of over $6,209. Ottawa will seek input from gun owners, businesses, and industries on the proposed compensation amounts from now until August the 28th. So they got to the end of the month to go ahead and, turn that in maybe and get that money. The mandatory, once again, mandatory, just like in Australia. The mandatory buyback program will cover the more than 1,500 models and variants of what the government considers assault style firearms banned 2 years ago. While the idea have been praised by gun control advocates, some others, including conservatives MPs, have suggested it target legitimate gun owners rather than criminals. Well, that's what they allowed. You guys, for the most part, allow that to happen. So you're about to see how it feels when you're disarmed and the criminals who do not obey the law are armed. I don't feel sorry for you. I was warning you guys about this 4 or 5 years ago. Do not allow them to take a little bit, because they're going to take them a lot. When you give these type of tyrannical individual politicians a little inch, they will take a yard. Okay? Yards, actually. So there's that. Okay. Oh my God, Trump. Guys, Trump shocked us. Remember how we was talking about, oh man, if Brittney was in jail under Trump, Trump would get her out? It looks like we all lied. Trump like, no, man, let her stay over there. This is not a good trade. Check this out, right? Trump is, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This was so funny. I read the story already because I was really shocked to see Trump, because I didn't hear him say this. I was really shocked to see Trump say that. Former President Donald Trump suggested that the proposed prisoner swap between Russia and the United States that would return jailed WNBA star Brittney Garnier in exchange for a Russian arms dealer doesn't seem like a very good trade. Boom! Headshot!
Boom! Headshot!
Dang! This is what Trump said. She knew you don't go in there loaded up with drugs, and she admitted it, Trump told the Clay Travis and Buck Saxton show. I assume she admitted it without too much force because it is what it is. And it certainly doesn't seem like a very good trade, does it? He's absolutely one of the worst in the world, and he's going to be given his freedom because of a potentially spoiled person goes into Russia loaded up with drugs. No lies detected. Yeah, this arms dealer is a bad dude, and like, you're going to get Brittney in exchange for this guy? Right? And here's what y'all don't understand. Russia says, no, if you're going to trade us, if you want 2 Americans for this one guy, we also want a guy that's locked up in Germany too. So Russia's like, we don't care. Russia understands that the United States is, since it's ruled by Democrats, they understand that they are kind of like beholden to the identity politics thing and the rainbow flag crew. And so Brittney meets both, okay? Brittney is part of the rainbow flag crew, and also she's black. All right, so that's 2 things that they have to cater to their voting, so-called voting base. Whereas Russia, like, she can stay in Russia for all we care. You know what I'm saying? We want this person and these 2 people. So they want 2 people out of Russian jail in exchange for one guy, and Russia is like, no, we want that arms dealer and somebody out of Germany. It's a bad dude out of Germany too, but I don't know. I have to read on. I forgot what he did. If you know what he did, let me know by leaving a comment below. Trump was referring to reports that the United States is attempting to secure the release of Garnier and a former United States Marine, Paul Whelan, in exchange for Russian arms dealer Victor Bout, who is known as the Merchant of Death, due to his weapon sales that fuel deadly conflicts around the world. Quote, this is Trump again. She went in there loaded up with drugs into a hostile territory where they are very vigilant about drugs, and they are very vigilant about drugs, Trump added. They don't like drugs, and she got caught. And now we're supposed to get her out? And now we're supposed to get her out? What? What is this? And she makes, a lot of money, which she does. I guess we're supposed to get her out for the absolute killer and one of the biggest arms dealers in the world. Killed many Americans. Killed many people. Ooh, and you know what's so bad? Because Trump talked bad about her, I think Biden, out of spite, going to go ahead and bend the knee to Russia and give Russia not only the arms dealer that they have here in America, but also because Germany is our little pet lab dog. We just tell it what to do, and also tell Germany give us their prisoner for exchange for this chick and the Marine. I do believe he's a teacher. I'm not sure. I could be having them all mixed up. Last but not least, something no one ever asked for. No one ever. To me, this is like a money grab. How appropriate to sit up here and get a lot of money for something that you're not even gonna either make, or you're gonna make a little limited out, because nobody wants this doll. Zelensky to be immortalized as heroic action figure. Action figure? Really? Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky is set to get his very own action figure after a Kickstarter for the project raised over $90,000 towards the manufacture of the toy, which is 3 times the project's original goal of $30,000. Man, this is such a good grift, man. I swear. We don't need more superheroes, the Kickstarter page said. Just give us a few more real people with big hearts who are willing to face impossible odds. Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. They are glorifying Zelensky now, but he will be a villain in the end. It will turn out. You know how they did, gosh, what was the name of that lawyer? Yeah, I know I'm so bad at lawyers, right? The lawyer who was always coming on, he was Stormy Daniels' lawyer. And they, CNN and MSNBC, but especially CNN, always had him on TV. This clown was so gassed up. He even said that he was going to run for president to unseat Donald Trump. And they were his hero. And look, he in jail. He ended up having a big fall, you know what I'm saying, because he was corrupt. Zelensky's going to be that, okay? Zelensky is going to be that. He's taking all these interviews. He's sitting here acting like he's the king, telling other countries and leaders what they can and cannot do, making everybody kiss the ring when they come into Kyiv. It's just, he's just drunk with power. But what goes up will definitely comes down. And when it comes down, I'm going to be like, Let's look at the stupidity here in this Kickstarter. I don't know. I mean, why would you, Lord, it done made some money as I turned onto it. Look at this. So it was at $90,000 and it just went up to $93,659, and all they wanted was $39. I mean, excuse me, $30,000. This is an ugly doll. Who want? Like, what is it supposed to do? Beg for money and weapons? I don't understand. Like, what is this power? What is this power? Who would want that? It's, first of all, it's very ugly. Now, I will say it's lifelike because the size of that doll is the correct size of Zelensky. But I'm trying to figure out, like, who in their right mind would want this? Probably these old lonely liberal women would probably want something like this, because I don't see any. Oh, Lord have mercy. So wait a minute. They were asking for $30,000 to make the doll, and they're going to sell it for $20? Why are they calling it an action figure? So for $20, they're going to sell this ugly thing for $20. $20 includes the doll, and that's it. Oh, Lord of mercy. For $40, you get 2 of them. One in the, I guess you could say, the green, the camouflage green, and then the other one in black. Oh no, it gets even better. Then if you want 6 of the dolls, it's $100, and that's the 6 dolls of. I can't hate on this. I can't hate. I cannot hate, because make your money. Listen, I told you, I wish I could grift. And I wish I could con stupid people like this, but I just don't have it in me. I have a thing called a conscience, and I can't do it. I just can't do it. But let me know if you could do something like this. Let me know if you are okay with them taking the money. Remember what they say, a fool and his money shall surely part. And as you can see, a lot of fools have departed with $93,659. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below this video. Now let's move over to national and local news. So two, we're going to do a little bit of news dumping, and then we're going to also read through some of these articles. And one of them here is where going on Trump again, right? Too funny. President Donald Trump destroys Dementia Joe on his second COVID diagnosis. So, so here we go. This is where Joe Biden, announced for the second time he got the koofy coof. And then this is let's see, this is people posting their L's, I think, right here. Yeah. Biden mocks Trump's COVID diagnosis as he tests negative and leave White House isolation. Then he go, Biden tests positive for COVID again. It goes back into White House isolation. God don't like ugly. God don't like no ugly, I swear. All right. So this is what Joe Biden, oh my God, I am so sorry, blasphemy. This is what Donald Trump said on his, what is the name? Truth Social. This is his terrible name, absolutely terrible name. This is what Donald Trump said on his Truth Social platform. By the way, Donald Trump has a Telegram. He's the same thing that he posts on Truth Social, he also posts on Telegram. So if you don't want to deal with the headaches of, because some people have been telling me it's been a headache getting onto Truth Social, just bookmark his Telegram, and everything is the exact same. So this is what Donald Trump said. Joe Biden's second bout of COVID, sometimes referred to as the China virus, was sadly misdiagnosed by his doctors. He instead has dementia, but is happily recovering well. Joe is thinking of moving part-time to one of those beautiful Wisconsin's nursing homes. Okay, this is what I miss. I do miss the trolling by Trump, okay? Where almost 100% of the residents miraculously and for the first time in history had the strength and energy to vote. Even if those votes were cast illegally, get well soon, Joe. Okay, all right. The trolling, I'm here for the trolling, I swear. You go ahead, Trump. Okay, so we have Laura Logan. They're giving social security numbers to illegal aliens on the United States border. Now, I'm very concerned about this because I want to know, like, how, if they're giving, social security numbers to illegal aliens, they're illegal aliens. How? I mean, I understand, what's up is down and what's down is to the right when it comes to the left. But this has to be illegal some kind of way. And when Trump gets in office, he has so much to undo. I don't even think he's going to be able to do it all. Let's look at what she says here.
Questions, because it's quite satisfying having all the answers. However, they said they could not make a decision at this time, and they would let me know. That's true. But they asked me two very interesting questions when I went there. They asked me if I'd be willing to take up arms to defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Isn't that interesting? They seem to have forgotten that part, right? And then, among the many interesting parts of this is you look around you, and what you have to remember is that they don't actually believe in citizenship. And now, when people come across the border illegally, and I have this confirmed from Border Patrol agents who are actually physically doing this, they get given a social security number. They get assigned a social security number when they cross. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of that. And if you really want to know when the cheating starts, it's long before you get to the polls, right? I mean, think about it. It starts with the census. It starts with counting illegal immigrants in the census. How do you determine how many members of Congress you get? Population size, right? So how does, California has all these delegates at the Electoral College. And you don't just get more money from the federal government for your increased population. You don't just get more congressional candidates representing you. But what else do you get? You get an opportunity to pad the voter rolls with people who are being completely and utterly exploited. And there's one thing that I've learned as I've been investigating this is they love euphemisms, right? they love euphemisms because it's all about democracy, and if there's any form of voter security, that's voter suppression and racism and white supremacy. And if it's the other side, anything we can do to get more people out to vote. But actually, when you talk to the canvassers, they'll tell you that when they go into the low-income areas, sometimes they're predominantly Hispanic, sometimes they're black, sometimes they're white. But that's where they find the most fraud, because those people, the most vulnerable.
Oh my God, why did it cut off right then and there? Oh, come on, Gateway Pundit. Why would you cut it off right there? I was like, I'm so sorry, y'all. I did not pre-watch this video. I did not know I was going to cut off at that part right there. My sincere apologies. My bad. But I ain't going to go find the rest of it. I'll give you, like as always, I'll leave the link and available in the description box below this video. So hopefully you'll be able to find her entire video. Once again, my apologies. I had no idea. All right, let's get down to Manchin. Okay, Joe Manchin repeatedly declines to endorse Dems keeping control of the Congress. Come on now, who here is surprised by this? Okay, Joe has a D by his name.
Make her own decision based on
just
the context.
anyway.
Senator Manchin, what's your case for
She's a good friend
Democrats?
of mine. I respect her.
What's your case for Democrats to keep control of the House and Senate this election year?
I don't know. If you look back through history, it makes it very difficult, especially in most toxic times we've ever seen. So it's up in the air right now. Whether the House, it looks like the House.
Would you like? Do you hope Democrats keep control of the House and Senate?
No.
I think people are sick and tired of politics, Chuck. I really do. I think they're sick and tired of Democrats and Republicans fighting and feuding and holding pieces of legislation hostage because they didn't get what they wanted, or something, or someone might get credit for something. Why don't we start doing something for our country? Why don't we just say, this is good for America? I've always said the best politics is good government. Do something good, Chuck. But I'm not going to predict what's going to happen.
I'm not asking you to predict.
I just want to make sure we do something good. And
What result do you want? Do you want the Democrats to keep control of the United States Senate and the House of Representatives?
No.
Oh, I'd love, I'm not making those choices or decisions on that. I'm going to work with whatever I have. I've always said that. I think the Democrats have great candidates that are running. They're good people I've worked with. And I have a tremendous amount of respect and friendship with my Republican colleagues. So I can work on either side very easily.
So you don't care
I don't
the
have
outcome?
A problem.
You don't care about the outcome this year of the election?
Well, whatever the voters choose. I can't decide what's going to happen in Kansas or California or Texas. I really can't. I've always taken the approach. Whoever you send me, that's your representative. And I respect them. And I respect the state and the people they send, and I give it my best to work with them to do the best for my country. I don't play the politics that way. I don't like it that way. That's not who I am.
There was a new third party organized and announced just last week. A centrist third party, Christine Todd Whitman, Andrew Yang, David Jolly. Is that something that seemed appealing to you? Based on the answers you just gave me, I'm starting to wonder.
Well, I'm starting to wonder when we're going to start worrying about our country more than we do about our political parties. That's what scares me. I think that we all have to come back to what our purpose of being in Washington for and who we're really working for. We're not working for any party. We're not working for any political idealism. We're working for basically right now a very challenging world that we're in. We've got what's going on in Europe right now, geopolitical unrest, and now we have threats from China to Taiwan and all this going on. And here we are bickering over political outcomes and who's going to be in charge of what. Right now, let's take care of the American people. Are hurting. Inflation, Chuck, is killing them. It is killing them. Okay?
Senator
let's
Joe
make
Manchin.
sure we take care of that.
The Democratic elected senator from West Virginia. Senator.
That was impressive. That was impressive, Joe. Joe was like bobbing and weaving, ducking them daggone questions. Oh my God. Totally impressive. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna do some news dumps here. A 20-year-old college basketball player dies after cardiac event. He had a cardiac arrest. And Bill Russell, NBA legend, a Hall of Famer, passed away at the age of 88. And then I didn't know who this was. So those of you who are really into basketball probably know who Bill Russell is. But I do know who this queen is. Nichelle Nichols she has passed away at the age of 89. And both of these are saying of natural causes. I when it comes to Nichelle, she was in really, good health. But I mean, what could I say? I'm just saying. Nah, I think the cutoff is to make sure nobody, get past 90, I guess. I don't know. Let me just I'm just spitballing here, but Nichelle is she was in a blaxploitation movie, because a lot of people are going to honor her instead and by watching Star Trek. I'm going to honor her by watching her in one of these. It was she was actually a pimp. She was a female pimp in this particular movie, and I got to go find it. But and I know I can find it. All I got to do is look in her IMDb page, and I'll watch that in her honor. It's very sad news to see such a good icon pass away. Okay, Oklahoma public schools making student athletes complete biological sex affidavit. So a lot of people upset about this. Well, not a lot. The blue-haired and the green-haired and the Rainbow Committee are very upset about this, but I think this is a good thing. The state of Oklahoma will require students from kindergarten to college to complete a biological sex affidavits to compete in school sports, honey. This is very good. Yes. I likes it. They're now saying that you can decide your gender. The Republicans have allowed the Democrats to just go crazy. They redefining what a recession is, redefining what a woman is, redefining everything. They're just redefining all these words, and now we have to fact check them, and that goes with it when it comes to gender. All right. So that concludes the national and local news. And ladies and gentlemen, I finally have some ridiculousness. Lately, I've been having a lot of social media news. So now I can have some ridiculousness news coming up right now.
Question. Have you ever had your booty power washed?
So today's ridiculousness comes out of New York. Of course. Of course it's coming out of New York. I saw this on Twitter that crime is so bad that they are locking up. They actually have the Spam and some of these processed meats. They have them in these security boxes to prevent them from being stolen. In New York, by the way. The high crime area, New York. Spam-A-Lock NYC drugstores put $3.99 tins on Spam and $3.49 tins on ham in theft-proof cases as crime wave grips Big Apple. One Twitter user noticed the policy where the meat substitute is. Yeah, I'm like, out of all things to conceal, it's this nasty meat Spam. Oh my God. Now don't get me wrong. When I was young and poor, we used to tear some Spam up, especially Spam, grill, I think we grilled Spam on the pan and put some of that hard cheese on there, because that was the only way you can melt that cheese, that government cheese. Then put it in between some Wonder Bread with some mayonnaise. But now you couldn't pay me to eat that junk now. Meat substitute is sealed in a plastic container at the Duane Reade inside the Port Authority bus depot. And so I got a picture of that right here. So this is the Duane Reade. So I guess they have a lot of theft going on over there. So, let me just show you guys. First of all, let's go through something right here. Spam and Lock, New York drugstore. We already read that. So here's just a sample of it. But let's go watch the picture, shall we? So this is the Duane. Is it Duane or Duane? Or Duane? Duane Reade or DR, something like that. But let's look at the pictures. Okay. Like seriously, so what they do, you guys seen these boxes before, right? They got you, in order for you to get the spam out of there, you got to bring it to the counter and the man unlocks it. I don't know how he unlocks it, but he unlocks it. And then you pay for it. And once you pay for it, then he gives you the bag with the spam in it. Here's another one here. And this is sardines. Sardines. Hey, and pork and beans. Sardines. Like, this is some cheap meat. Like, seriously, I am willing to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm willing to say that the security box costs more than it's cheap meat. What sardines is not cheap. Well, is it? I don't know. Is sardines cheap? I know spam is cheap. This is unidentifiable meat, right? Worst meat in the world. But this is actually tiny little sardines, tiny little fishes. Okay, let's move on to something else. Here you go, ham. All right, you got a little thing of ham going on in there. I don't understand. So it's like, I can see the ham being stolen, you know what I'm saying? And maybe the sardines, but spam? Oh my goodness. And of course, here's the top. They don't have the tater chips all, I guess they don't care about that, but they have all this. Look at this. They have everything in the box there. There's a video. I don't want to play it because I think it's going to give me a content ID strike. But they show the guy bringing this container that has the spam in it. The theft box. And yeah, the process in itself was just fascinating. But see, this is what happens when you vote for Eric Adams. This man, look, New York City Mayor Eric Adams has promised New Yorkers time and time again that he will crack down on crime and even ran his election campaign on it. 'Cause he lied. And you guys were like, oh, black man, former cop, and he has a D by his name. He's one of us. He gonna do something about the crime. He's gonna do something. And all that, almost said some bad words. All that person of color did was upgrade his suits. He looking mighty spiffy in these 4 to probably 5 digit suits that he been wearing. Yeah, y'all sure picked a winner. Hate it for ya. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. Do you think this is gonna, well, I think it will curb down the shoplifting, but I don't know. They still have that thing where in New York, where if you steal under a certain amount, you don't really go to jail. You just get don't do that no more, and then you send right back out into the street. As a matter of fact, I saw, while I was looking at this story, I saw where a man who has been arrested over 100 times has finally stayed in jail, all because he had assaulted an officer. Over 100 times. Let me see if I can find that story. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can find that story, because I just want to show you just how crazy New York is right now. Okay, I found the article. Here we go right here. This is him right here. This is him. Lord have mercy. So he has been arrested over 100 times, and he never had to serve time in jail. He always write a signature bond, but it wasn't until he started fighting the police officers that he was put in jail. And I was looking at the interview here, and he stated that it's the same law, well, similar law that they have in California, they have in New York. If you steal anything under $1,000, it's a misdemeanor, and you don't serve any time in jail. Anything over $1,000 is called grand larceny, and that's when you probably would spend time in jail. So he would always steal stuff that's under $1,000. He'll get arrested, and then he'll be released in about 2 or 3 hours later. But the only reason he's in jail now is because he was fighting a police officer. New York, New York. I'ma always clown you. And there you have it, the conclusion to the Treetop News for this Monday, August the 1st. Before I conclude today's segment, I want to thank 2 people who donated to a past show while it was being premiered, and they did it through Streamlab. First, I want to thank a huge thank you to Pa Painter, $50 donation. Thank you so much, and thank you for the wonderful message. And of course, $5 from Anita Nouvet. Thank you so much, Anita. I appreciate you and your support. You too can also support me by either doing it through Streamlabs or by going to my website, treeoflogic.com, and making a one-time donation. So any of the links to my social media, as well as to my donation places, I can't by my donation and websites is available in the description box below. But let me know what you think. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. As you all know, I've been interacting with you in the comment section, so that's what I'm going to be doing. That's what I'm going to keep doing. Also, don't forget to give this video a like, share it, and I will see you, since today is Monday. Don't forget to check me out tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. for my Tree House News live stream, okay? Remember, I live stream every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So don't forget to come check me out, and I look forward to seeing you then. Later, taters!